Well, all of us here are a little nervous about the debt that we're looking at, but there's one segment that is not worried about that, and that's the Chinese bankers. The Chinese bankers are not too worried about our debt right now. You may know that the president of China's name is Hu, and so I like to say, who's your daddy? Right? True. We got all kinds of news if it comes from regulations or if it comes from spending, but I'll tell you, I think most disconcerting of all is our national security, because our national security has been threatened as never before here domestically and around the globe, from North Korea with all of the missile strikes that we've been worried about, from threats from Afghanistan, Russia. Denny very well told you about the START Treaty. And you may have even seen, if any of you read the Drudge Report, a story came out that we're trying to verify if it's true, that as a part of the START Treaty, the Obama administration agreed to give Russia nuclear secrets from the United Kingdom. Have you seen this? This is something we're in the process of verifying if this is true. If this is true, I think Senator Tester and Senator Baucus, did they both vote for it? They got some splaining to do. They got some splaining to do. And if this is true, you will see a House resolution demanding that the Senate retake that vote on the START Treaty. That's what we need to do. I think the president has failed us on Russia. He has failed us in Iran. There was an uprising for democracy to actually take out Ahmadinejad. And while this uprising was happening, a pro-democracy uprising, President Obama sat on his hands and the opportunity vanished. And now Egypt. It's a spectacular failure of American policy, which has us standing helplessly on the sidelines. And in the last 12 days, we have watched our president abandon our Egyptian ally. He's opened the door for fanatics to take over in North Africa. He has endangered our friend Israel and also Great Britain, especially with the START Treaty. And a recent story on the Drudge Report that I just told you about regarding the nuclear secrets is very disconcerting. My opinion is we can't shut this president down fast enough. And by that, I mean we vote him out of office in 2012. And when it comes to national security, I think that the unthinkable has happened, because we have seen in Barack Obama Jimmy Carter even faster than Jimmy Carter became Jimmy Carter. Unbelievable under this president. And so I think when it comes to the debt and the spending and the government takeover of private industry, and when we see what he has done on national security, and what he has done in regard to not only just the family, today we now have almost 40% of all babies born without the benefit of a married mom and dad. Now think of that. Even if you aren't a social conservative, I am pro-life to the core. I believe in life from conception until natural death. And I believe I am pro-marriage, I am pro-family, as I know Denny is as well. And when you look at what this president has stood for and stood against, we need to change course real quick. We need to absolutely defund Planned Parenthood as quickly as we possibly can. Planned Parenthood is a billion-dollar industry. $1 billion. They get $300 million, or 1/3 of their revenue, from the federal government in the form of grants. And they have a tax-exempt status. That alone is probably worth about $300 million. Why are we allowing this? I had read a story in the Wall Street Journal, and the head of Planned Parenthood in Illinois was bragging, saying, we want to become the lens crafters of big abortion. Well, I say go for it. Go ahead, do it. Go in your for-profit motive, because that's what you are. You are money grubbers when it comes to this issue. So lose your tax-exempt status and get rid of your government grants. If that's what you're going to do it. But don't do it at our expense. No taxpayer should pay for that. Which is one more reason to repeal Obamacare. For the first time in American history, we have taxpayer-funded abortion. Whether this violates your moral conscience or not, you are paying for other people's abortions. No one should be forced to do that. No one. And so whether it comes to the values that we hold dear of life and family and marriage and changing our military into a social engineering experiment so that now the government decides what values will be held in our military, and judges deciding how we can't vote on marriage anymore, what we think the definition is. Now it's your activist judges that are doing that on every single level. This president, if you look at his report card, it's a goose egg. It is a goose egg. And the sooner we end this presidency, the better. But I want you to know, as desperate as the times are, remember how we got Ronald Reagan. We got him because of Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter set the table for this magnificent man who would have been 100 years old this week, tomorrow. We got him for that reason. And so I think we need to thank President Obama for also setting the table for 2012. Because I believe, because of his policies and because of the devastation, the living laboratory that we've had in just 2 years' time, we saw the biggest change election, and you benefited here in Montana with your House and your Senate. In Minnesota, hey, we are the land of Hubert Humphrey, Eugene McCarthy, Walter Mondale, Paul Wellstone, and yes, Al Franken. That's my neighborhood, by the way. And I'm the first Republican woman ever to get elected out of that state, by the way. In that neighborhood, we have, for the first time in 38 years, a Republican state Senate and a Republican House in Minnesota. In Minnesota. We lost the governorship, and to tell you how important the governorship is, this governor, the Democrat governor of Minnesota, was one of the only governors to sign an early implementation of Obamacare in Minnesota. Now get this, we are $6 billion in the hole right now in Minnesota, and he wants to bring in almost 100,000 new people onto the welfare rolls in Minnesota. That is the picture of what our liberal friends are going to do. Because you see, they have blinders on. It isn't that they're evil people. They're just wrong. Right?